Ladies and gentlemen, there's a lesson we all must learn, and it's one of the hardest. It's about valuing ourselves, protecting our peace, and embracing our potential. It's the power to walk away when you're not appreciated. You see, the world we live in can be full of challenges. People might overlook you, underestimate you, or even undervalue the very things that make you unique. But here's the truth: you don't need anyone's permission to see your worth. You need no validation to realize that you matter, that you have a purpose, and that you bring something special to this world. Recognize your worth, because if you don't, there's a good chance others won't either. Now, let's talk about self-respect. Self-respect is like armor, a force field that shields us from environments where we are tolerated instead of celebrated. When we respect ourselves enough, we recognize that we deserve spaces that embrace who we are and appreciate what we bring. When people don't appreciate us, it's not our job to convince them otherwise. It's our cue to find spaces that do. Setting boundaries is the next critical step. When we feel taken for granted, it's often because we haven't set clear limits. Boundaries are a sign of self-respect. They tell the world that we know our value and won't settle for less. There's power in saying, "This is my line, and if you can't appreciate it, it's not for you." Don't be afraid to establish these limits. They protect your peace and remind others to value you. When you choose to stay where you're not valued, you may be blocking your own growth. Growth requires change. It demands that you recognize when a space has served its purpose, and it's time to move on. Sometimes, stepping away isn't about pride, it's about progression. Every time you leave an environment that limits you, you make room for something that lifts you. Walking away isn't just about setting boundaries, it's about protecting your energy. Why pour yourself into people, places, or projects that don't give back? Why spend your valuable time and energy in places that drain you rather than empower you? Life's too short to let others diminish your light. What you might not realize is that better opportunities await. When you walk away from what no longer serves you, you create space for new experiences that will. There are people out there who will see your worth without you saying a word. They will recognize your potential, invest in you, and celebrate you in ways you never thought possible. Finally, be bold. Walking away is hard, it takes courage. But remember, your bold decision will set the stage for a life of fulfillment and success. It's okay to say thank you for the experience and move on. It's okay to choose yourself, even if others don't. That bold choice might just be the key to a future that celebrates your true potential. So, my friends, don't be afraid to walk away when you're not appreciated. Respect yourself enough to seek what you deserve. Embrace the unknown and walk boldly toward the life that values every part of you. Thank you. Recognizing your worth is more than just an act of self-acknowledgement. It's a fundamental shift in how you see yourself and how you allow the world to interact with you. Too often, we let society, relationships, or our environments dictate our value, letting external voices define what we're capable of and what we deserve. But the truth is, no one can truly know the value of what's inside you. No one else has walked your path, felt your unique combination of strengths and struggles, or envisioned your dreams. Only you can truly understand the power of your potential. When you recognize your worth, it's like standing in front of a mirror and finally seeing yourself clearly for the first time. It means acknowledging every strength and every scar, understanding that all of it has shaped who you are today. It means looking beyond the labels or the roles you've been assigned and realizing that there's something within you that no one else can replicate. Your worth isn't contingent upon achievements or accolades, nor is it tied to the opinions of others. Your value exists independently of all these things, rooted in the very essence of who you are. But recognizing your worth is not a one-time event, it's a daily commitment. Every day you remind yourself that you're enough as you are, with or without validation from the outside world. It's about being willing to say, I am valuable because I exist, because of the way I care, the way I persevere, and the dreams I hold. This belief is your foundation. When you recognize this, you carry yourself differently. You walk into spaces with a quiet confidence, knowing that your worth doesn't rise or fall with anyone's approval. And when others don't see your value, it doesn't diminish who you are. It's simply a reflection of their inability to recognize what you bring. It's their limited perspective, not a judgment on your worth. Walking in this awareness allows you to stand firm even when others may overlook or dismiss you. It frees you from bending to fit into spaces that weren't meant for you in the first place. Realizing your worth also means understanding that you are deserving of respect, of fair treatment, and of opportunities that align with your potential. It means you won't settle for anything that asks you to shrink or compromise who you are. Instead, you'll seek environments, relationships, and paths that honor and elevate you. So when you recognize your worth, you stop waiting for others to acknowledge it first. You begin to carry yourself with dignity, assertiveness, and self-respect, showing up fully as yourself without apology. You understand that your worth is an unshakable part of you. When you embrace this, you open yourself to a life that's not just about surviving, but truly thriving, one where you no longer stand on the sidelines, hoping someone will see your potential. You take the lead, walk with purpose, and live knowing that your worth is undeniable. Respect and self-love are intertwined. They form the bedrock upon which a fulfilled, authentic life is built. When you respect yourself, you honor your boundaries, values, and aspirations without compromise. You recognize that you are not defined by other people's opinions, expectations, or judgments. Self-respect is about understanding that you deserve to be treated with kindness, patience, and dignity, not just by others, but most importantly, by yourself. Self-love goes beyond simply feeling good about yourself. It's the practice of nurturing and caring for yourself, knowing that you are worthy of that care regardless of circumstances. It's about giving yourself grace on days when you're not at your best and taking time to celebrate your growth, no matter how incremental. Self-love is both gentle and fierce. It's a commitment to your well-being and happiness that's unwavering, even in the face of criticism, failure, or rejection. You stand by yourself, knowing that you are your own advocate, protector, and friend. When you hold respect for yourself, you don't allow anyone to treat you in ways that undermine your dignity. You understand that others will treat you only as well as you permit, so you establish boundaries that reflect your value. Respecting yourself means saying no without guilt and saying yes without fear. It's knowing when to walk away from what doesn't serve you or bring out the best in you, whether it's a relationship, a job, or even certain habits. You no longer seek validation in places that make you feel less than, because you know that no external source can give you what you can provide for yourself. This deep sense of respect and self-love also changes how you relate to the world around you. When you love yourself, you approach life from a place of fullness rather than lack. You're not driven by a need for external approval. Instead, you're propelled by a genuine desire to grow, connect, and contribute. Self-love teaches you that you are already enough, that you are worthy of good things, and that you have permission to pursue joy, fulfillment, and peace. It frees you from the destructive habit of comparison, replacing it with a sense of purpose that is uniquely your own. With self-love comes a profound sense of compassion. You begin to forgive yourself for past mistakes, understanding that they don't define you, but rather help you grow. You allow yourself to heal, letting go of resentment or regret, and replacing it with gratitude for the lessons learned. Self-love encourages you to invest time and energy into your well-being, whether that's setting aside time to rest, to pursue your passions, or to surround yourself with positive influences that uplift you. Living with self-love and respect doesn't mean life will be without challenges or hardships, but it does mean you face these obstacles with resilience, grounded in a sense of worthiness that cannot be shaken. When you have self-respect, you don't let setbacks erode your confidence or cause you to doubt your worth. Instead, you use them as stepping stones, knowing you are capable of overcoming anything that comes your way. In the end, respect and self-love are acts of liberation. They allow you to show up in the world as your true self, free from the constraints of other people's expectations or limitations. You find strength in your authenticity, And that strength becomes a light that guides you to greater happiness and fulfillment. When you honor yourself in this way, you open the door to a life that reflects the depth of your own value and the boundless potential within you. Boundaries are essential because they are the invisible lines that define who we are, what we stand for, and what we're willing to accept from others and ourselves. Boundaries are more than just limits, they are expressions of self-respect, self-care, and self-preservation. When we set boundaries, we're communicating our needs, values, and expectations both to ourselves and to those around us. These boundaries are acts of clarity, protecting our emotional and mental well-being from being compromised by unnecessary stress, disrespect, or overextension. Establishing boundaries is a powerful act of self-awareness. It requires knowing what feels right for us, understanding what we are willing to tolerate, and recognizing when something crosses the line into discomfort or harm. This process of self-reflection allows us to identify our needs and communicate them clearly to others. Boundaries are not about shutting people out, but about creating a structure within which relationships can thrive with mutual respect and understanding. When boundaries are clear, they act as a guide, helping us know when to engage and when to step back, allowing us to make choices that align with our best interests. Boundaries also protect our energy, time, and emotional health. Without them, we may find ourselves spread too thin, constantly giving to others at the expense of our own well-being. We may feel obligated to say yes to every request, even when it compromises our own priorities or mental peace. Boundaries are a way of reclaiming control over our lives, ensuring that we're able to focus on what truly matters to us. They allow us to reserve our energy for the things and people that nourish us rather than deplete us. In relationships, boundaries are the foundation of trust and respect. When we communicate our boundaries, we are honest about our limits, creating a space where both people understand and respect each other's needs. Boundaries prevent resentment from building up because they stop us from overextending ourselves in ways that might lead to frustration, disappointment, or burnout. They ensure that we're giving and receiving in a balanced way, keeping our relationships healthy and rooted in mutual understanding. Setting boundaries also requires courage and self-confidence. It often means saying no even when we fear it might disappoint others or create tension. Yet, saying no is not an act of rejection, it's a powerful statement of self-respect. It's about standing firm in what we know is best for us, even if it means risking someone's disapproval. This is an empowering process because it shifts the focus from trying to please others to honoring our own needs and limits. Every time we assert a boundary, we reinforce the message that we value ourselves enough to stand up for our own well-being. Boundaries are not rigid walls, but flexible guidelines that adapt as we grow. They are not about keeping people at a distance, rather. They're about allowing people to come close in ways that are respectful, nurturing, and supportive. As we evolve, so do our boundaries, expanding or contracting based on our circumstances and needs. They are tools that help us navigate relationships with a clear sense of purpose and self-assurance, giving us the freedom to connect with others while maintaining a strong sense of self. Another important aspect of boundaries is that they teach others how to treat us. By setting limits, we set a standard for the way we expect to be treated, making it clear that we will not tolerate disrespect, manipulation, or disregard. When we consistently enforce our boundaries, we communicate that we know our worth and are not willing to compromise it. Over time, those around us learn to respect these boundaries, creating a healthier, more respectful environment that fosters genuine connection rather than exploitation or imbalance. Boundaries are ultimately a gift we give ourselves. They provide a roadmap for living authentically, where we can engage with the world on our own terms. Boundaries allow us to be compassionate without sacrificing our own well-being, to be generous without losing ourselves, and to be open without feeling vulnerable to harm. They create a safe space for us to thrive, reminding us that we have a right to protect our time, energy, and peace. In honoring our boundaries, we honor ourselves and create a life that aligns with who we truly are. Growth demands change because without change, we remain stagnant, confined within the limits of our current reality, skills, and beliefs. Growth is a transformative process that requires us to step beyond the familiar, challenge our comfort zones, and embrace the unknown. This process of change is often uncomfortable because it disrupts the status quo and asks us to reconsider parts of ourselves we may have taken for granted. Yet, it is within this discomfort that true growth happens, pushing us to adapt, learn, and evolve. Change is the catalyst for growth, inviting us to see the world, others, and ourselves in new ways. It requires us to shed old habits, outdated beliefs, and limiting mindsets that no longer serve who we are becoming. This shedding process is similar to pruning a plant, removing the parts that no longer contribute to its health and vitality. Just as plants need this pruning to grow stronger and healthier, we too must let go of the parts of ourselves that hinder our progress. Change challenges us to release the things that once felt safe and familiar, but that may now hold us back. Growth through change also means embracing new experiences that stretch our abilities and perspectives. Often this involves stepping into situations where we may feel uncertain or out of our depth. Yet it is precisely in these moments of uncertainty that we develop resilience, adaptability, and strength. The unfamiliar pushes us to learn new skills, face challenges we've never encountered, and gain confidence in our ability to handle the unknown. Through each new experience, we gather insights, skills, and a deeper understanding of our capabilities. A key aspect of change is the willingness to learn from both successes and failures. Growth is not a linear path, it is a journey filled with peaks and valleys, with achievements and setbacks. Change often brings unexpected outcomes, some of which may feel like failures. However, these experiences are some of our greatest teachers, revealing where we need to adjust, what we need to improve, and how we can move forward with greater wisdom. Embracing change means viewing each experience, positive or negative, as an opportunity to learn and grow. We understand that every misstep or detour is simply part of the process, and rather than fearing failure, we learn to see it as an essential part of growth. Change also invites us to redefine our goals and reassess what we truly want from life. As we grow, our priorities may shift, and our vision for the future may evolve. This evolution can be challenging, especially if it means leaving behind certain aspects of our lives that once seemed essential. However, change compels us to continuously refine our sense of purpose and direction, helping us align more closely with our authentic selves. This alignment often requires letting go of the expectations of others or society, freeing us to pursue what genuinely resonates with us. As we grow, change also affects our relationships. When we evolve, the way we connect with others often shifts as well. Some relationships may deepen as they adapt to our growth, while others may fall away if they no longer support our journey. Although these changes can be painful, they are often necessary to create space for connections that reflect our true selves. Growth demands that we surround ourselves with people who encourage our progress and uplift our spirit, rather than those who may feel threatened or resistant to our evolution. Another vital element of change and growth is patience and persistence. Real growth doesn't happen overnight. It is the result of consistent effort, perseverance, and the courage to keep moving forward, even when the road is difficult. Change may not bring immediate results, and there will be times when progress seems invisible. Yet this journey requires trust in the process, knowing that each step is building towards something meaningful. Patience allows us to honor the slow, sometimes challenging path of growth, knowing that the rewards lie not only in the destination but also in the journey itself. Ultimately, growth demands change because staying the same is not an option for those who seek to become their best selves. Change is the price of becoming, of stepping into our potential and realizing the fullest expression of who we are. It requires courage, resilience, and an openness to transformation. In choosing to grow, we commit to a path that may not always be easy but is undeniably enriching. We discover strengths we never knew we had, insights we couldn't have anticipated, and a depth of character that only comes through the willingness to evolve. Through change, we find not only growth but also a profound sense of freedom. We are no longer bound by old definitions of ourselves or by the limits of the past. Instead, we are free to continually reinvent ourselves, to strive, to explore, and to embrace the unfolding journey of becoming. In the end, growth through change leads us to a life of purpose, authenticity, and fulfillment, a life that is not only richer but truer to who we are meant to be. Protecting your energy is essential for maintaining emotional, mental, and physical well-being. Energy is a finite resource, and how you manage it directly influences your happiness, productivity, and peace of mind. When we let our energy be drained by stress, negativity, or unhealthy attachments, we lose the capacity to focus on what truly matters to us. Protecting your energy is a way of safeguarding your inner peace and ensuring that you're investing in activities, people, and pursuits that uplift and support your growth. One of the most important aspects of protecting your energy is understanding its limits. We often push ourselves to give more than we have, ignoring our own needs for rest, renewal, and boundaries. Protecting your energy means recognizing when you're depleted and knowing when to take a step back. It involves prioritizing rest and self-care not as luxuries but as necessities. Just as you recharge a phone or a battery, you must also recharge yourself to function optimally. When you ignore this need, you may find yourself running on empty, and over time, this can lead to burnout, fatigue, and a lack of motivation. Protecting your energy also requires intentional choices about the people and environments you allow into your life. Relationships are one of the most significant influences on our energy levels. Some people bring joy, encouragement, and positivity, while others may drain us with negativity, demands, or constant drama. Protecting your energy means learning to identify which relationships are healthy and which are draining. This doesn't mean cutting people out without reason, but being discerning about how much time and emotional investment you give. By surrounding yourself with people who respect your boundaries, share your values, and encourage your well-being, you create a supportive network that strengthens rather than depletes your energy. Another critical aspect of protecting your energy is managing your focus. What you pay attention to has a direct impact on your emotional state and energy levels. If you spend your time on activities that don't align with your goals or values, you may end up feeling exhausted and unfulfilled. Protecting your energy involves choosing how you spend your time and mental resources carefully. Whether it's social media, work commitments, or personal obligations, consider whether these pursuits contribute to your growth or simply drain your vitality. By aligning your focus with what's genuinely meaningful, you not only conserve energy, but also create a life that feels purposeful and aligned with your true self. Setting and enforcing boundaries is another essential element of energy protection. Boundaries define what is acceptable in your life and what isn't, allowing you to maintain control over where your energy goes. Without boundaries, you may find yourself overwhelmed by requests, expectations, or responsibilities that aren't aligned with your priorities. Saying no is a powerful way to protect your energy, even if it's difficult at first. By respectfully declining commitments that don't serve you, you preserve energy for what truly matters and communicate to others that you value your well-being. Boundaries also remind you that you're not obligated to fix every problem or please everyone, freeing you from unnecessary burdens that weigh on your spirit. Another key to protecting your energy is learning how to release what you cannot control. Worrying about things beyond your influence can drain your energy more quickly than almost anything else. It's natural to care about outcomes, but constantly stressing over things you cannot change only saps your strength and peace of mind. Protecting your energy means recognizing when to let go, choosing instead to focus on the things you can directly impact. This practice of release is liberating, allowing you to conserve energy for actions that truly make a difference in bringing greater calm into your life. Physical self-care is also an often overlooked aspect of energy protection. Taking care of your body by eating nourishing foods, staying active, and getting enough sleep supports your physical and mental vitality. Neglecting these basics can leave you more vulnerable to stress, anxiety, and fatigue, making it harder to handle life's demands. Protecting your energy means treating your body as the vessel through which you experience life, ensuring it has the strength and resilience needed to support your ambitions and responsibilities. Finally, protecting your energy involves cultivating practices that replenish and renew your spirit. Whether it's meditation, spending time in nature, reading, or pursuing a creative passion, these activities provide the restorative break you need from life's pressures. They allow you to recharge and connect with yourself on a deeper level, bringing you back to a place of balance and peace. When you prioritize these practices, you're not only protecting your energy, but also investing in your long-term well-being and resilience. In essence, protecting your energy is about making mindful choices that honor your limits, values, and personal well-being. It's recognizing that you are responsible for how you invest your time, emotions, and efforts. By safeguarding your energy, you build a life that is not just about survival, but about thriving, filled with the joy, peace, and fulfillment that come from living in alignment with what truly matters to you. Believing that better opportunities await is a powerful mindset, one that drives us to keep moving forward, even when current circumstances are challenging or uncertain. It's the recognition that life has more to offer than what we may be experiencing right now, and that there are paths we haven't yet explored, doors we haven't yet opened, and potential we haven't yet realized. Embracing this mindset requires faith, patience, and resilience, as it often means letting go of what's familiar and comfortable to pursue something unknown. But in doing so, we open ourselves to the possibilities that can bring us closer to fulfillment, growth, and purpose. Believing in better opportunities begins with acknowledging our own potential and worth. It's a realization that we are capable of achieving more than we may have previously allowed ourselves to imagine. Often we limit ourselves by accepting situations, jobs, or relationships that don't fully honor who we are or what we're capable of. Yet by trusting that better opportunities are out there, we give ourselves permission to dream bigger and to pursue the paths that align with our true desires. This belief empowers us to let go of fear and self-doubt, as we understand that we are worthy of good things and that life has possibilities in store for us that align with our highest aspirations. Seeking better opportunities also involves having the courage to walk away from what no longer serves us. Sometimes we stay in situations because they feel secure or because we fear change. But when we hold on to something that limits us, we deny ourselves the chance to experience something greater. Recognizing that better opportunities await means understanding that letting go is not failure, but rather a step towards something more fulfilling. It's an act of self-respect, a choice to make space for something that truly aligns with our values and potential. When we release what doesn't serve us, we create room for growth and for new opportunities to enter our lives. This mindset also requires resilience and a willingness to be patient. Better opportunities don't always appear immediately, and the journey toward them can be filled with setbacks and uncertainties. But with each challenge, we gain the experience, skills, and insight necessary to recognize and seize the right opportunities when they come. The process of waiting and working toward these opportunities builds our character and strengthens our resolve. It reminds us that every step, even the difficult ones, is part of our journey. With patience and persistence, we become more prepared to handle the responsibilities and rewards that come with new opportunities. Believing that better opportunities await also encourages us to stay open-minded and adaptable. Sometimes the opportunities that come our way don't look exactly like we imagined. They may take us in unexpected directions or require us to develop new skills. Being open to these possibilities allows us to see potential where others might see limitations. It invites us to expand our horizons and consider paths we might not have previously considered. Adaptability enables us to turn unexpected circumstances into stepping stones, allowing us to grow in ways we might not have anticipated. By staying flexible, we are able to embrace opportunities that lead to personal and professional growth. This mindset also means actively seeking and preparing for these opportunities. Believing in better doesn't mean passively waiting for things to change. It involves taking proactive steps to improve ourselves and our circumstances. It's about setting goals, learning new skills, and positioning ourselves to recognize and embrace new possibilities when they arise. By putting effort into self-improvement and investing in our growth, We are not only preparing ourselves for the future, but also demonstrating that we are ready to make the most of better opportunities. We show the world and ourselves that we are serious about our goals and willing to put in the work required to achieve them. Surrounding ourselves with supportive and positive influences is also essential when embracing the belief that better opportunities await. The people we surround ourselves with can either inspire us to aim higher or hold us back with doubt and negativity. By choosing relationships that encourage our growth and validate our dreams, we create a network of support that motivates us to keep striving, even when the journey gets tough. Supportive relationships remind us of our potential and help us maintain our focus on what's possible. With this kind of encouragement, we feel empowered to pursue our goals with confidence, knowing that we have people who believe in us. Ultimately, believing that better opportunities await is an affirmation of hope and trust in the journey of life. It's the understanding that no matter where we are right now, we have the ability to move towards something greater. This belief becomes a guiding light, motivating us to keep moving forward, even when the path is unclear. By embracing this mindset, we cultivate resilience, confidence, and optimism, qualities that not only attract better opportunities, but also help us make the most of them when they arrive. It reminds us that we are not bound by our past or limited by our present, but rather that we have the power to create a future filled with purpose, growth, and endless possibilities. Being bold in your decisions is an act of self-trust and empowerment. It means choosing with intention and standing by those choices with courage, even when uncertainty or doubt arises. Bold decisions often require us to take risks, step outside of our comfort zones, and confront the fear of failure or rejection. Yet, it is through bold decision-making that we take control of our lives, shaping our path according to our own values, desires, and aspirations. When we make choices with conviction, we acknowledge our ability to direct our lives, rather than passively allowing circumstances or others to define us. A bold decision begins with clarity of purpose. It's about knowing what we truly want and why it matters to us. Boldness in decision-making means choosing not based on what is expected or safe, but on what resonates deeply with our values and aspirations. This clarity allows us to be unapologetically honest about our desires, motivations, and goals. It also gives us the confidence to trust that we're making the right choice, even if it goes against conventional wisdom or meets with opposition. Knowing our why provides a solid foundation, making it easier to stay true to our choices, even when challenges arise. Bold decision-making also involves a willingness to take calculated risks. Every choice carries an element of risk, but being bold means not allowing fear to dictate our path. It's about weighing the potential outcomes, but not letting the fear of failure hold us back. When we're bold, we accept that failure is often part of the journey, and that each setback or misstep brings valuable lessons. This willingness to take risks fosters resilience and growth, teaching us that setbacks are temporary and that persistence often leads to success. By embracing risks, we open ourselves to new experiences and possibilities that may have otherwise remained out of reach. To make bold decisions, we must be willing to let go of the need for approval. Boldness often requires us to step away from the opinions, expectations, or judgments of others. This independence is challenging but liberating, as it frees us from the confines of external validation. Making bold choices allows us to live authentically, aligned with our true desires and priorities, rather than simply conforming to what others think we should do. This self-assertion strengthens our sense of identity and empowers us to live a life that reflects our unique vision and purpose. We realize that we are the ones who must live with our choices, and therefore we must make decisions that are right for us. Bold decisions are often those that demand resilience and commitment. Once we make a bold choice, there may be moments of doubt, uncertainty, or adversity. Being bold means standing by our decisions even when things don't go as planned. It's about being adaptable and finding ways to overcome obstacles rather than abandoning our goals at the first sign of difficulty. This resilience builds inner strength, teaching us to trust in our ability to handle whatever comes our way. With each challenge we overcome, we become more confident in our capacity to make and execute bold choices, reinforcing our self-trust and determination. Bold decision-making is also an invitation to personal growth. When we step into the unknown or pursue an ambitious goal, we are pushed to learn, adapt, and expand our skills. Each bold choice we make stretches our capabilities and helps us discover strengths we may not have known we had. This growth process is rewarding, as it reveals parts of ourselves that can only be uncovered through action and determination. The courage required to make bold decisions is often met with newfound confidence, creativity, and resilience, all of which serve to strengthen our character and broaden our perspective. Finally, bold decision-making inspires others. When we choose boldly, we set an example for those around us, showing that it is possible to live with authenticity and courage. Bold choices reflect a willingness to pursue our passions, challenge the status quo, and stand by our convictions. This example can be empowering for others, encouraging them to make choices that align with their true selves. By making bold decisions, we not only create a fulfilling life for ourselves, but also become a source of inspiration, showing others that it is possible to lead a life filled with purpose, resilience, and freedom. In the end, being bold in our decisions is about creating a life that feels meaningful, one that is true to who we are. It's a commitment to our potential, a declaration that we will not settle for less than what we envision. Bold decision-making is a powerful force propelling us toward growth, fulfillment, and self-discovery. When we choose boldly, we take ownership of our lives, creating a future that reflects our deepest dreams and aspirations. We honor ourselves, embrace our strengths, and empower our lives with purpose and intention. Being bold in your decisions means embracing a mindset of self-trust and empowerment, fully understanding that the course of your life is determined by the choices you make. To be bold is to decide with conviction and clarity, to acknowledge that you are the architect of your path, shaping each step according to your own desires, values, and aspirations. Bold decisions are transformative. They require us to stand firmly by our choices, even when faced with uncertainty, fear, or resistance. When we decide boldly, we are not merely reacting to life's circumstances, but actively defining our future, making decisions that reflect who we truly are and who we wish to become. Making bold decisions starts with having a clear sense of purpose and direction. When we are deeply in tune with our values and what truly matters to us, our choices become more intentional and powerful. This clarity allows us to make decisions from a place of confidence rather than doubt or fear. It's an exercise in self-awareness, understanding our strengths, limitations, and dreams, and using this knowledge to guide our actions. Being bold means choosing not because of what others expect or what seems easiest, but because it resonates with our inner purpose and long-term vision. This clarity of purpose grounds our decisions, providing a foundation that enables us to stay true to our path, even when we face challenges. A critical part of being bold in our decision-making is the willingness to take calculated risks. Boldness often demands that we step beyond the familiar, embracing the unknown despite the inherent risks. It's about understanding that growth and success frequently require us to move outside our comfort zone, to explore the possibilities that lie beyond our immediate grasp. Taking risks is not about acting recklessly, it's about evaluating potential outcomes and moving forward with courage. Bold decision-making means embracing the reality that failure and setbacks are often part of the journey, and each attempt brings lessons and insights that help us grow stronger and wiser. By accepting this, we develop resilience, the capacity to navigate adversity with grace, knowing that every challenge is a stepping stone toward our larger goals. One of the greatest challenges in making bold decisions is letting go of the need for approval from others. Being bold often requires us to chart a course that diverges from the expectations or norms that others may have set for us. To make truly bold decisions, we must be willing to prioritize our own needs, desires, and values above the opinions of those around us. This independence is an act of self-respect, a declaration that we will live authentically rather than conforming to others' standards. It allows us to move forward without waiting for validation, trusting that we are enough, that our dreams and ambitions are valid. By valuing our unique perspective, we empower ourselves to live a life that reflects our true purpose, free from the constraints of external approval. Bold decision-making also requires commitment and resilience. Once we make a bold choice, there will inevitably be moments of doubt, challenge, and possibly even regret. Being bold doesn't mean the path is easy. It means we are willing to persevere through the ups and downs, maintaining our commitment to our decision despite the obstacles. Each difficulty we encounter tests our resolve, but it also strengthens our character and resilience. This ability to stand firm in our choices, even when they're difficult, develops inner strength and self-confidence. With each bold decision we make and each challenge we overcome, we reinforce our ability to trust ourselves, building a foundation of self-belief that serves us throughout our lives. To make bold decisions, we must also embrace the inevitability of change. Bold choices often lead us down paths we hadn't anticipated, requiring us to adapt and grow. This change may mean leaving behind what's familiar, whether it's a stable job, comfortable routines, or long-standing relationships that no longer serve our journey. Embracing change means recognizing that growth and transformation are inseparable from the act of making bold choices. By welcoming change as a natural part of life, we're better able to handle the unexpected, viewing it as an opportunity to evolve rather than a threat. Change becomes a catalyst for growth, helping us to expand our perspective, develop new skills, and discover untapped potential within ourselves. Bold decision-making is also an invitation to continuous learning and self-improvement. Each bold choice we make provides an opportunity for growth, challenging us to develop new skills and gain new insights. When we step into the unknown, we're often required to learn, adapt, and stretch our capabilities. This willingness to grow ensures that we're constantly evolving, pushing beyond our limits and discovering strengths we might not have otherwise realized. The courage to make bold decisions is often rewarded with newfound confidence, creativity, and resilience, all of which are invaluable in building a life of purpose and meaning. By embracing growth as an essential part of bold decision-making, we transform challenges into opportunities and setbacks into valuable lessons. To be bold in our decisions, we must also learn to manage fear and self-doubt. Bold choices naturally come with uncertainty, and it's normal to experience hesitation or fear. But being bold means refusing to let these emotions control us. It's about recognizing that fear is a natural part of the journey and choosing to move forward regardless. When we face our fears head-on, we build emotional resilience, training ourselves to act in alignment with our goals rather than our anxieties. By choosing courage over comfort, we strengthen our inner resolve and reinforce our belief in our ability to handle whatever comes our way. This self-trust becomes the foundation upon which we continue to make bold choices, creating a positive cycle of confidence and empowerment. Finally, bold decision-making has a powerful ripple effect, inspiring others to embrace their own dreams and ambitions. When we choose to live boldly, we set an example for those around us, demonstrating that it's possible to pursue our passions, challenge the status quo, and stand firm in our beliefs. This influence is transformative. By embodying courage and authenticity, we encourage others to live according to their own values and purpose. Bold decision-making is not just an act of self-empowerment, it's a source of inspiration, showing those around us that they too have the strength to pursue their own paths and create lives filled with meaning and fulfillment. In the end, being bold in our decisions is about taking ownership of our lives, understanding that each choice we make shapes our future. Bold decision-making enables us to live with purpose and authenticity, embracing both the challenges and rewards that come with pursuing our dreams. It's a commitment to creating a life that aligns with our deepest values, a life that reflects our courage, resilience, and self-belief. By making bold choices, we honor ourselves, acknowledging our worth and potential, and we open the door to a future filled with growth, fulfillment, and endless possibilities. In conclusion, choosing to walk away when you're not appreciated is an act of self-respect, courage, and faith in what lies ahead. Recognizing your worth, Embracing respect and self-love, setting boundaries, and committing to personal growth are all crucial steps toward creating a life that aligns with your true potential. By protecting your energy and believing that better opportunities await, you position yourself for a future filled with fulfillment and purpose. Making bold decisions isn't always easy, but it empowers you to take control of your journey, breaking free from limitations and creating space for a life that honors your unique value and aspirations. Remember, each decision is a step forward, and sometimes walking away is the most powerful choice of all. With each courageous step, you pave the way for a brighter, more meaningful future, one that truly appreciates, respects, and celebrates who you are.